Just hearing the word Saigon sends me back almost like opening a window to another world. It's wild how two simple syllables can call up a whole rush of memories and feelings.
It's true, Saigon isn't just a place, it's this living, breathing mosaic of stories. Every time I see those old color films, the city cars, the rickshaws, the out-dye dresses catching the breeze, I feel like I'm walking its streets all over again.
It's funny. I used to think of history as just a bunch of dates and facts, but those moving images really prove otherwise. Saigon in the 60 seconds and 70 seconds just bursts with life in a way that photos alone can't quite capture.
And it gets even more fascinating when you realize there's so much debate around the name Saigon itself. Where did it really come from? That question always pulls me in.
That actually reminds me, let's talk about Cholon. When you watch those old film clips, you can't miss the Chinese signage, the markets, the sense of constant movement. It feels like a big clue in the puzzle of Saigon's name.
Absolutely. Cholon stands out. The theory goes that Saigon is a variation of the Cantonese words Thaingon or Daingarn, meaning to hold the high bank. It's kind of poetic, picturing traders naming the city after the rivers and docks that kept them afloat, literally and financially.
I love that image, the city as a safe harbor, bustling with boats and commerce. It says a lot about what the region valued: connection, trade, and opportunity.
And honestly, the energy in those old film reels, boats unloading at docks, people haggling at markets totally supports that theory. The name is tangled up in the city's identity as a hub, a place where people and goods just keep flowing.
But you know, there's another theory that paints such a different picture, one rooted in nature rather than trade. Some researchers trace Saigon back to the Khmer phrase Bray Nukor, which roughly means forest town.
That idea really gets me. Before all the buildings, before the markets, this land was a sea of cotton trees. I can almost see those bursts of white blossoms when I watch the old footage, like the city emerged right out of a forest.
There's something gentle about that, isn't there? It's not just about the city's hustle, but also the roots and memories that linger in the trees and green spaces, no matter how much concrete goes up.
And that makes the name feel even more down to earth, almost like it's woven from the same fabric as its people, tough but welcoming, proud yet adaptable. The city's character and its name evolve together.
You know, whether the name comes from the high banks or the cotton forests, those films make one thing clear. Saigon earned its nickname as the Pearl of the Far East for a reason.
Every time I see the old Eden Mall or those classic cars gliding by, I get why people felt the city was so special. It wasn't just about architecture. It was the spirit of the people, proud, stylish, and open to the world.
I always notice the little moments, the confident stride of a vendor, a group laughing in a cafe. There's a vibe of optimism and warmth that feels almost contagious, even decades later.
And that's probably why the memories stick. Even as buildings change and names evolve, the soul of the place, the friendliness, the liveliness seems to shine through every frame.
Speaking of memories, it's amazing how these films do more than just document, they almost revive old Saigon, letting us step back into those moments for a while.
What surprised me most is how many people, even those who never set foot in old Saigon, feel a connection just from watching. These reels are like bridges across time, carrying nostalgia forward.
I think that's why projects like Dang Quang's matter so much. They keep the history alive, not just for those who remember, but for anyone curious about what made the city tick.
And every time a new piece of footage comes out, say, of Benthan Market or Tet celebrations, it's like finding a piece of a family album we didn't know we had. It keeps the city's story from fading away.
So if you're listening and want more of these glimpses into the past, let us know what you'd love to see next. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane.